In this video, I wanted to summarize some new models for you again, with which I am currently enjoying working. These are examples that also focus and explain our thought patterns very strongly on one point, among other things, as a metaphor. And in the last few weeks, I've always really enjoyed bringing in this three-way combination in order to explain again, also from a new perspective, sometimes for long-standing clients, how our thinking works and how we can intervene. And these three aspects, let's briefly look at a legal situation, the universal tool, and a concept, namely responsibility. This summary, if we go in there like that, they overlap to some extent, showing why people are not doing so well, shows what people should specifically change in their own situation and where they can start. These are, of course, first and foremost orientation points for getting started. So the application, of course, can be highly customized and expanded depending on what the individuals are concerned with. The first point where I indicated that the legal situation serves as an example is in the Commercial Code, a passage that regulates the cooperation of merchants. In this particular case now, when it comes to creating an offer and a contacted merchant does not further comment on the offer. This is the one who wants to Google it. Paragraph 362 HGB, Commercial Code, and regulates the acceptance of silence. And what I would like to describe is that our head basically works the same way. Your mind's task is to offer you negatively dramatic, failure-oriented thoughts in automatic mode, which we can also refer to as a scenario. And all day long, whenever you're not using your head yourself, it's okay for your head to use itself and offer you something like that. That's not sick. Even if we then suspect our brain or we go to the doctor with it, who says, that doesn't sound good at all. These thought patterns are completely normal and belong to people otherwise, why there is also no cure that would consist in these thought patterns stopping. Very important point for all of you out there, and this 362 HGB I think represents our thinking very well, because your brain offers you something in automatic mode. That belongs there, it's completely normal. And what do? We remain silent about it. And every time we remain silent about something, our brain assumes that. So the thought was thought, it is processed, it is stored, it is applied, and if we haven't thought anything else with it, then we really quickly attach ourselves to this context assumed by silence. And no matter what your head offers you, what if I get sick? Assumption of silence. What if something happens to my partner? What if something happens to my children? What if I go on vacation and we get sick? What if I run out of money? What if I have no idea what's going on? Whenever you remain silent about such a fear, we assume your silence. Therefore also the idea, let's work with tables of concerns. Because every time you move within a table of fears and are actively doing, you are no longer silent and do not automatically accept everything. So, first point which you can take with you, try to pay attention to how often you actually remain silent in life and how often you used to remain silent about all the things your mind always offered you. Ideally, I would of course have a universal tool at the end of the day that always works, but that probably won't exist. I would say interesting is what people say. Often what people have not yet or have not told is even more interesting. And we humans have some thought patterns that are very predictable, which I often encounter in my therapeutic everyday life. This includes, among other things, that if we have such a desire for a universal tool, an inner instance of us can definitely be directly linked to it, namely the desire for passivity. I basically want to buy it once, use it, install it, and then it should work on its own for the rest of my life, please. And such a universal tool, which works immediately implementable in automatic mode, cannot exist because our head does not work that way. It cannot be neurophysiological that if you have thought patterns that cause symptoms, you would experience relief in a single intervention with a therapist and then be able to lean back and experience something like healing. This cannot be so narrowly seen. Of course, there are examples where this may have worked for people, but one can observe that a one-time intervention has led to changes in thought patterns more or less by chance. But do you want to rely on it? That's not it. And therefore the universal tool, but again, as I already hinted, it exists. What is this? Your energy always follows your focus. Meaning, if you notice that your focus is on something that is not good for you, then you should change your focus for as long as it takes. So focus on other things again until you focus on something that enriches your life again. And that for the rest of your life must be applied actively, does not work on its own. I'm not saying that it's easy right from the start to train yourself to do it all like that, but in principle, this is also the task that many people will probably have a problem with at first, because they have previously thought in their lives that it works by itself. Life works to some extent on its own, but a happy life will not work on its own. Very important point. And secondly, the universal tool for the search for meaning in this more or less meaningless world. Pay attention to what your focus is on. And if your focus is on something that doesn't make you happy, then change your focus. Thirdly, that is my favorite tool at the moment, the concept of responsibility. If you take a closer look at the term, response and ability, it may mean more ability to respond. And the interesting thing for us right now is the question, how often do you give yourself, meaning your brain, an answer to what the automatic mode offers you? How often are you the one who not only gives your brain an answer, but also gives it a direction in which it is actually going? How often in the past have you actually not responded and remained silent about things that actually have a great significance in your life? And that's why this term responsibility, you have the responsibility to enlarge your ability to respond to yourself. You have the responsibility to work on improving the ability to answer yourself. And that is the most important concept. Why do people sit next to me 10 times a day, 2 new ones per day, and all that for 5 days a week, etc.? Usually mostly because someone has not yet learned or even been told to give themselves an answer. I get to know people because they have symptoms, because they haven't learned yet to give their own head an answer once in a while. It is as banal as helpful, and therefore thirdly, take this with you, the term responsibility understood not as responsibility, but as ability to response. The main point of my advice is actually specifically to bring someone like you closer to the fact that you not only have the opportunity, but also the necessity and potential to learn to answer yourself.